Okay, welcome to the Alexa conference. This is the Alexa Theater, and I am very excited to have a conversation with my friend Obaid from Botmock.
Yes.
We connected a few months back because of my Future of Voice conference.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have some really cool tech at Botmock. We showed a demo of that tech at the event. We had that event hosted in 36 cities. That was a blast. Thanks for being a part of that.
Thank you.
I know you weren't able to make it, so it's fun to kind of meet you here at
Absolutely.
the Alexa conference. Yesterday you had a conversation panel, one of the breakout sessions here at the event, and it was about smart homes. So it was called Alexa and Smart Home Track meeting, and it was how Alexa makes smart home smarter. So talk a bit about that. How'd that go? How are your co-panelists, and just talk
Absolutely, yeah, it was a blast because we talked about how these voice experiences can make our lives better.
about it. Yes.
In a sense that they're doing automation and all that stuff, but what kind of experiences we can build for the consumer? And with our product, our focus is to build those better consumer experiences and UX around it. And we're focused on how can we help companies and brands figure that part out and test early on, prototype more, figure out what the customer will need, how your brand exists in these places. And the user is now moving seamlessly in different places, in their home, outside their home as well.
Right.
So your Alexa in your car is now part of your home because you pull the car into the garage, and your conversation can now go into Alexa at home now.
Right.
And it's no longer just about turning on lights or music, it's about getting information, and the consumer is changing their mental model, and as your brand can exist throughout that process, and how does it shift? How does it shift for you?
Yeah, and now you're here with somebody that works with you.
Yeah.
You have a booth. How's the conversations been in the expo hall? Like, you still have another day and a half. Like, Alexa conference. How's it been? What are you hoping will still come of it?
It's been amazing. We have some really awesome conversations with people who are actually building skills, have been building it for a while, and what they have learned from it, and people who are curious about it and how they want to go about it. So we are learning a lot from people in terms of what our solution can do and what the industry is going toward.
Right.
And we are educating them as well in terms of what tools are available now, which they didn't have when they started building the skills 2-3 years ago.
Right.
And the things have evolved a lot too. Their users have evolved. Their users are giving them feedback a lot more.
Yeah.
And their users are also giving them a lot of data that they can actually use and make themselves better.
That's
their
good.
skills better.
Yeah. And do people know about you? Did you meet a lot of new people here? Are you seeing your customers here? So give me an idea of kind of this.
A bit of both. We have a lot of people who came to us and said, we've heard about you. We've been trying your solution, or we have tried it, we've deployed things. We have had our early customers who have been with us from day one, who have been giving us good feedback, and they have more feedback for us. So it's great to connect with them face to face as well. And then a lot of people that coming to us and say, hey, we're thinking about it. We are thinking about it from a logistic company's point of view. We're thinking about it from healthcare's perspective. We are just trying to wrap our head around it and say, how do I go about this? How do I start exploring what we can do? And so it's really good to show them what they can do with Botmock and start exploring things.
That is great. And why should people use Botmock software? Like, what is it that you're bringing to the market, and how does somebody contact you, have a conversation with you about it?
Absolutely. So if you're thinking about building any sort of conversational app, whether it's for voice, Alexa, Google Home, Facebook Messenger, Slack, enterprise bots, we enable you to do the customer journeys experience sort of thing, the prototyping part of it.
Okay.
So you can actually build up the prototype, put intelligence into it, test it out in the browser without having to connect all the technical side of it, write any code, and then be able to hand it over to your developers and say, this is the design document, this is the final document of how I want things
Before it's ever coded.
Before it's ever coded.
It's like wireframing a
Exactly.
website,
It's wireframing,
but for voice.
it's prototyping, it's like Envision for...
It almost,
for
it kind of looks like a streamlined Envision, for voice.
For conversational apps.
That's right, okay.
And then they can check out more at our website.
Yeah. And then tell me a bit about where Botmock is going. Like, what is the company going to become? What is the software going to become? Are you going to keep working on the software? Do you have other things over the next several years?
Absolutely. So we are focused on the design aspect of it. So there's a lot of things out there that we're doing. We're launching educational series around that in terms of educating people on what conversation designers' roles are and how can they go about it, what the best practices are. We're also taking the software on the next level of it, so we user testing will be incorporated, more collaborative sort of editing experiences, managing content, how do we improve content, the workflow around it, and also integrating downstream with other platforms. We have a very open API, and we have integrations already built with Watson, Dialogflow, Raza, and Microsoft Bot Framework and other platforms that come in. And we are open sourcing all of those integrations so that
Wow.
our community can come together and say, okay, this is something that has been prototyped, but from a developer's perspective, how can we be more productive?
Wow.
How can we make it better?
Okay. And how do you see the industry developing in the next 5 years? Like, let's say this conference, 2024, or the Botmock annual conference, 2024.
That'd be
Like,
awesome.
what are things that are happening? Like, what type of developments have happened? What do you think will be unexpected? Like, I think this is going to happen in the voice industry. Nobody's expecting it. What do you think people are expecting that you think that's not going to happen? It's way further out. But give me some predictions of the future.
I think we're going to have a lot of this amazing context awareness in these books, right?
Yes.
Our devices are going to start talking to us, but more importantly, the context of our conversations will be available in long term. So our devices will be much more responsive to our requests. People will already very comfortable talking to devices and other places. They'll be much more immersive experiences. We're going to see a lot of entertainment being delivered through this medium. A lot of information will be consumed through this medium.
Yeah.
People are, the screens are not going away, the TV is not going away, Twitter is not going away, kind of thing. But voice will make its place, and text conversations will make their place too. Their general purpose has always been to make your life easier, but it's going to be your immersive life of, you are talking about something, you can take notes as you're going around, or you are asking for information that you just can't remember right now, but Alexa is there to help you. That's just your personal side of things. From entertainment and group activities, you can do those things as well.
Right.
And I'm excited on how the hardware side of it, but also the software side evolves.
Yeah.
And that's what we are looking at from Botmock's perspective is how are these experiences going to be mapped out? How is it that our users are going to be able to create those experiences moving forward? We want to move the needle on how conversational experience happens,
Yeah.
and we want to be at the forefront for it
That's great.
to give the users the ability to actually create those experiences and test out the boundaries of it.
Right.
Which is where we look at our designers and say, look, this is your playground. Try things out.
Yes.
Try the radical ideas out because
Right.
there's nothing to lose here. You might
Right.
not be able to develop them, but you will actually then figure out what is it from our back-end team that we need.
Yeah.
We have tons and tons of data in our call centers, in our healthcare records. How can we bring that back to the user? How can we serve them better? And it's not just to give them access to query it.
Right.
It's to actually process it and give them value out of that data.
Yes.
And once you start creating these prototypes, you can start seeing where the boundaries will go.
Wow. It sure was fun to talk with you.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks
That's
for taking
all, Ian.
time.
Take care.
All right. All right, everybody at Alexa First. This is Obaid from Botmock. Reach out to them. They have some great tech.
Absolutely.
I think you'll really appreciate it. Over and out.
Let's go.
That was great.